Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and yesterday while I was picking up a prescription, I was listening to one of Thinking Crypto's interviews with Michael Arrington. And in that video, Michael Arrington said that one thing that they're not yet buying the dips at his firm, Arrington XRP Capital, but they are focusing on investing in venture, because he was saying that in times like this, a lot of times the best investments are the companies that are building inside of these recessions, the venture type deals. And so that's why I'm starting. That's why I keep talking about Link2 this is private equity. These are investments that a lot of people don't have access to. You have to be accredited, but they've brought down the investment amount. Traditionally, if you wanted to invest in private equity, it was a $250,000 proposition. They brought it down to 10, but they're running this where it's 5 temporarily. Link2 and Ripple, 5K minimum today. Invest in both to earn $1,000 in XRP bonuses. Here's the time that it goes to, till 6/17 only, I think. Then it says, pro tip: you cannot combine LQBs with XRP promos. In other words, $2. $2, my understanding is that's just money you can use towards any investment. Okay, so this will be in the top of the description of this video, and a disclaimer: they are my sponsor. I do own Ripple equity on the platform. I do own Uphold equity. I do own Link2 private equity. Those, and I have many others, but that's some of what I own. Now check this out. This is Muhammad Al-Arian, who was at a Ripple Swell event. Listen to what he says about the economy.
It's always been the case for months now that the path to a potential soft landing was always going to be narrow, in doubt, bumpy. Seems more so, but there seems a Fed acknowledgement there that, or an assessment of what price might have to be paid for this fight against inflation. What's your reaction to how Powell presented things yesterday? And of course, we have other central banks chasing inflation the same way.
Yeah, I mean, this is the great awakening. The great awakening of central banks to the fact that they are way behind on inflation. Words are not enough, actions are needed. And whether it's the 75 basis points yesterday or whether today the Swiss National Bank, which is more significant, I know that sounds strange, but that is more significant than what happened last night. That is an illustration of that.
Why is it more significant?
Because the Swiss National Bank always fights a strong currency. For it to get ahead of the ECB and hike not 25 but 50 shows you that we are in the midst of a secular regime change. And this is going to be fundamental to the economy. And
let me tell you let me translate great awakening, folks. I think these people have been planning for this for a long time. I think this is Bretton Woods 2.0. I think that it is, whatever you want to call it, Bretton Woods 2.0, Jekyll Island 2.0. This is what I'm telling you. They are going to this financial system is about to be flipped over. I believe stablecoins have everything to do with it. This right here came out today. I was going to show this at the end of the video. Now I'm going to show it now. Get ready for Eurocoin. So look what's happened here, folks. Circle created USDC. Circle's backed by Goldman Sachs. USDC runs on Stellar. They just announced this today. Eurocoin is your newest stable coin that will launch. Here's what's about to happen, folks. I can see it. I can see around these corners. They're going to create, if they're not already created, I think Circle has been testing, and meanwhile you're seeing Terra and you're seeing all these others go down in flames. Meanwhile, they're holding Circle up. Now Circle's going to create another one. Ours was so successful, USDC. Now we've got Eurocoin. And look, I've said all along, this all involves, USDC runs on Stellar. This all involves Stellar and XRP Ledger. I'm telling you, you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just telling you. Those are the two I buy. I'm about to add one or two other like play coins to what I'm doing, but those two are the two You can create stable coins. You can create private ledgers off of both of them, and then something's got to bridge it. And if you'll see here, Digital Perspectives lays it out right here. The official, unofficial Circle USD US digital dollar is now a Euro stable coin too. If you're wondering what the new financial system looks like, you're staring right at it. I believe that he's right over the target with this tweet. Okay, now let's go back to Brad Garlinghouse. Brad Garlinghouse tweeted this out. Ripple is hiring for hundreds of roles around the globe, both in person and remote. Fair warning. That's thumbnail right there. That's a thumbnail. I'm going to start doing it. Thumbnail alert. Fair warning is a great thumbnail phrase. Fair warning. We have a no a-holes, as my 9-year-old would say, policy here. If that's the kind of culture you're looking for, apply here. Now, I find this very interesting. We have a no a-holes policy here, and then he references the culture that you're looking for. Just yesterday, I think it was in the New York Times, there was an article on the CEO of Kraken, and it presented him as an a-hole, as if he had created a culture war within his own organization. And I wondered when I saw this if Brad Garlinghouse was taking shots. Because remember, CEO of Kraken was one of the first guys at Ripple. And the way I always read the story is that he left Ripple when Jed McCaleb did, almost as if he was on the side of Jed McCaleb when they left Ripple. So I thought that was interesting timing for Brad Garlinghouse. I don't miss much on this channel. Now, check this out. So listen to this, and then I wanted to show you John Deaton's take on it. And before you watch it, you have to understand, Laura Shin is not a good guy when it comes to Ripple and XRP. This woman is not. I mean, if anybody was ever a narrative carrier for Ethereum and Bitcoin and all of that, she is. Watch this. Well, let me hit the old refresh button.
I can say with confidence that there's nothing in the case law that supports the idea that an asset that's recognized as not a security should be hypothetically treated as security when it's traded between people who are not otherwise involved in the transaction. Like you and me buying assets on Gemini, or just trading amongst ourselves, or using a decentralized exchange. Moreover, we have the SEC's own words. You may be familiar, if you follow the whole Ripple saga, that a group of disgruntled XRP holders attempted to intervene in the Ripple case as defendants, which is kind of an unlikely thing. And in doing so, they filed a motion with the court in the Ripple action, and the SEC responded. And on page 24 of that response, the SEC acknowledged that the XRP token is not in itself a security. And it said, well, similar to the Gram token in Telegram.
All right, so John Deaton points out that this is inaccurate. He get what sounds positive. It's not. This is what you call splitting legal hairs. The SEC acknowledged the Telegram court held the token itself is not a security, but is claiming XRP is the embodiment of Ripple's efforts and represents a security. Now, something caught my eye while I was watching that. It shows here, now this might be a mistake, it shows that I don't follow John Deaton. And I saw John Deaton tweeting this morning. Okay, here I am following. Look at that. But John Deaton, I saw this morning, he was saying something about how, I don't remember exactly what he was saying. He was saying Twitter, somehow when you type John Deaton, was not delivering up him, but a lot of imposters or something. There's something going, look, make no mistake, folks, there's a lot of bad guys that do things. I've made no bones about it. We're not, in social media, you are not allowed to say exactly what you want to say. You are, I don't care what anybody says, there is censorship that goes on, okay? Check this out. Have you ever in your life seen anything like this about the SEC of the United States? Now, this is deservedly so. Seems Gary has bitten off more than he can chew. Public displeasure with the SEC has gone mainstream. Check this out. My question is this. You know what that right there is? What you're looking at is you're looking at a deserved distrust in our government because these people do not have the truth on their side. We are surrounded by lies, and if these people aren't careful, a distrust in the government can get worse and worse and worse and worse until you have, no telling. I don't know where this kind of stuff ends, but the bottom line is these guys are going to have to right the wrongs. They're going to have to give us a level playing field and stop playing favorites. And speaking of favorites, you can't have this. I did a whistleblower alert this morning. This was Gary Getzler as in the last 2 days doing an interview with the Wall Street Journal. And the second part is Joseph Lubin at Consensus just last week. You cannot have a double standard like this. You cannot treat Joseph Lubin and Ethereum one way and treat the entire industry a different way, and until this is corrected, these people are not going to be taken seriously, and the people out here, and all we care about is providing for our families. All we care about is giving our children a future. But they have no future if this is what's running our country. They have no future with this.
If you've got some lending or you're giving a return, you may well be an investment company like BlockFi with 670,000 customers. And some of these lending platforms literally have millions of customers, and they're pulling all that together. If you're running yield farming or staking,
now he's going to talk down to you because he's going to spell staking for you because you're a bunch of morons. That's why he's going to do it. And that's how people like this view you and I. And that's how we got here. And that's why so many people are so pissed off. So let's watch Gary condescend to you, and then let's watch Joseph Lubin doing exactly what he says that the rest of crypto is not supposed to do, or he's going to come after them.
All that together. If you're running yield farming or staking, that's STAKING, but staking, you're offering a yield, you're providing something.
At Consensus, we've been, Consensus with a Y, we've been building staking infrastructure, industrial staking infrastructure, and we're doing that in the service of making it available via MetaMask and MetaMask Institutional to individuals, to small organizations.
And now, do you want to see what the problem is? He referenced MetaMask. Well, do you remember this article? If it'll come up. Ethereum giant Consensus valued at $3.2 million. They raised, look down here, we've covered this before. Ethereum software incubator Consensus announced Wednesday it's raised $200 million from Coinbase Ventures, HSBC, and other investors. Comes just 6 months after they raised $65 million from JP Morgan and MasterCard. And then it references Wallet, MetaMask, and Infura, and how those are contributing to all this. You see what the problem is, folks? Speaking of problems, a zebra does not change its stripes. What you're about to hear is the exact same playbook that was used that Novogratz used when he wanted to make sure everybody knew that he was shorting XRP or had shorted XRP. Watch this. This is him on stage at Consensus just last week, and he references Luna. Remember, he totally understands Luna, but XRP and Cardano, the two things that make, and XLM is another one that makes total sense to me. The ones that make total sense to all these common sense people out here who have done their research, those are the ones that don't make sense to him. And that doesn't add up. Never has added up. Well, just watch.
Like I tell my guys on the team all the time, if you had invested in Terra 18 months earlier, you were up 300x. So look around in the stock market and how many 300.
So 300x makes total sense to him. In fact, that was part of the argument that he used when he went on CNBC and said he had shorted XRP and didn't understand it. Part of his argument when he said that about XRP was anytime anything goes up a certain amount, then I'm kind of, that my flags go up. Anytime that happens, but it didn't happen to him. His red flags didn't go up when it was Luna. That was perfectly all right.
As you've ever had. For most of us, that's a zero. right? 300x is a big return, you know? And so, like, you have to fight this impulse to be so greedy. 100x is a great return. 10x is a great return. And we brought these crypto ecosystems to market caps. I mean, Cardano, ADA, was an $80 billion market cap. And so I would look at stocks that were $80 billion market caps and be like, what do I trust more in the next 2 years? That this stock's going to make profits and return things to their investors, or their Cardano ecosystem is going to become the dominant ecosystem of all of crypto? I was like, I'll go with the stock and short Cardano. And like,
now,
I told my guy,
I don't know if you caught it, but Joseph Lubin holds his elbow. Everybody's got a tell. His tell is he follows up anytime he does anything that seems a little bit where my red flags go up. He follows it up with a every single time. Pay attention to that Now, this was Elliott Lee, head of developer growth, RippleX Engineering. He was at Consensus. There weren't many people that spoke at Consensus. Brad Garlinghouse did, and this guy did, and I think that's it. So I wanted to show you what he said.
Yeah, when it comes to the XRP ledger, it was actually first launched in 2012, which makes it about 10 years old now, giving it one of the longest and most reliable track records of any public decentralized blockchain. In fact, it is a public permissionless blockchain, just like other blockchains that you might consider. But the XRP ledger is continually developed. It has an amazing team of expert C++ developers developing and maintaining it, fixing bugs, making sure that it stays secure and scalable. And it's also a great way to really get into crypto overall. We have great documentation on xrpl.org, some tutorials and walkthroughs that you can go and see. And the XRP ledger actually pioneered a lot of the new innovations that other chains later adopted, like the account-based model, fee burning, the on-chain DEX, or decentralized exchange. So when you issue assets on the XRP ledger, you can immediately access liquidity and allow users to trade with other tokens on the XRPL.
You're not supposed to say that decentralized exchanges were on the XRP ledger before any of this other stuff. That's not supposed to be told. Now, there's a lot of drama going on with BitBoy, and it involves Celsius. I'm shocked. I heard him in his video yesterday talking about how he had $3 million in crypto, I'm assuming, on Celsius, and that now he can't get to it, and they won't respond to him. Now, I'm not weighing in on what's going on at Celsius. What I'm going to weigh in, this isn't, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with Celsius. I retweeted it and said Ledger and NOS. I can't believe anybody has been putting anything significant on any of these platforms that are paying yield. I mean, trust me, I've wanted to do that. I've wanted to earn a yield on what I have. But every time I've thought about it, I've just thought better of it. I've never understood why anybody would put tons of stuff on something like that. And if they did put anything, like I opened a Celsius account a long time back, but I was just playing with it and put some XRP on there, but I was never going to put anything significant because it just, I mean, and if I was going to do it, I was going to split it. If I had done it, I would have split not even large amount. I just never could get comfortable with the yield thing until somebody was going to tell me it was insured by like Lloyd's of London or something. So I'm just dumbfounded by the whole thing, to be honest. Here they come trying to silence me, and now he's getting legal things from their people. And then I see this. What's next for Nexo? Despite denying rumors of exposure to a crypto fund facing insolvency risk, security tokens saw losses of 40% this week. Who in their right mind would have their digital assets on any of these platforms? And I'm not picking on any particular one. This is what I'm doing. I'm putting this link in the top of my description because if you don't have the keys to your crypto, you don't own it. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to look in the top of my description because you are out of your mind if you've got your really, I mean, some places I can't help but have some of my crypto where they won't let you take it out and never have, but man, what in the world are these people?